I hold before you the book of time. And at the beginning of this book of time, we have the beginning, you crack the sucker open, you got Adam and Eve, okay, you flip forward a little bit, you got Abraham, Sarah, okay, great. Flip forward a little more, you got, okay, here we are in the Middle Ages, flip forward a little bit more, etc., etc. Then we get all the way here to the end, get Messianic times, great, wonderful. Now let's look right here in the middle though. We come to the year 2014. Each of these pages represents a moment in time. So that means that imagine here we're at page beginning of 2014. Imagine over here we're at the page that begins the year 2016. Right? That means in order to get from 2014 to 2016, I go flip this right page. Every page again is a moment in time. I'm on this page at the beginning of 2014, and there's a certain situation here, and then I make my choice, which brings me to the next moment in time, which sets up a certain situation, which I make my choice, and it brings the next moment in time, and I make my choice, and it brings it all the way to the year 2016. That's me in the book of time, making real choices. Right? But what about a being that is beyond time? What about a being that's beyond time and space? What about a being that is beyond the book? Right? So what about God? So God, of course, is outside of the limitations of the book and looking at the book, so to speak. And so when God sees the book, God being outside the book can see beginning of time, end of time, Middle Ages, 2014, 2016, all at once. So on the one hand, here we are inside the book making real choices, and yet God, when I'm on the year 2014, God knows what I'm going to do in the year 2016. But that's only because God knows what I'm going to do, because it's only gonna for me, not for God. Because anytime you say God knows what I'm going to do, you're putting God, the infinite, into the finite. You're trying to put him into our limitations. Gonna is a word of time. It's a word of future. It's a word of finiteness and limitation. So when you say God knows what I'm going to do, no, from God's perspective, it's not gonna at all. The question doesn't even apply. It's only from our perspective that the question applies. Right? Because from us in the book on 2014, so 2016, it's called future, it's called gonna. For God, such a thing doesn't even, there's no such concept. Right? No such limitation. Right? And so I can be in the book making real free will choices, and yet God knows what I'm going to do, because it's only gonna for me, not for God.